All right, we ready, man.
All right.
Yeah. Real spill, Al. I almost said the wrong show.
Yeah, you did, man. You working hard, though.
DJ mode.
Yeah. You got a whole lot of jobs, man.
Huh?
Yes, we are. We're live and we're on the air. It is the Real Spill Podcast. Coming to you at episode 56. All right.
Oh, no, this thing is
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Episode 56.
Yeah, it's hidden in the books, chapter 3.
Chapter 3 is hidden in the books, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Miss Ifrul Habib.
Oh, yeah.
Happiness After Sorrow.
Hey, man, great book, man.
Great book.
Great story, too.
Yeah, it's a wonderful story. And then Miss Cheryl Starr.
Yeah. Hammer Time.
Yeah.
That's my girl right there.
Yes, sir. And her book, which she's still editing and getting it together and everything. We're looking for it real soon.
Right.
Street College.
Yeah. 101.
Yeah, Street College 101. Man.
I'm looking forward to reading it.
So we've been doing episodes, and this is chapter 3 of Hidden in the Books.
Yeah.
We are just highlighting local artists who have written books.
Right.
And everything. And we always say, well, you know, that person wrote a book and I want to get their book, but just to highlight some local people, some people that, and today we have in the studios with us, Mr. T1J. Mr. T1J.
Right on, like that.
Mr. Kevin Peterson, and we're so happy to have him in the studios with us today. And he has also written a book.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, the 10,000 subscribers strategy.
I like this.
10,000 subscribers strategy. Ooh.
I know. Say that 3 times fast.
Say that 100 times.
Yeah.
10 times and everything. But
right. And
we're just gonna call him T1J. T1J, and we're gonna let him tell us who he is. But he is a, I guess I can say, a professional YouTuber.
Yeah.
Yep.
Professional. You follow up on the social media, I guess. Is that a term? Professional social media personality?
Content creator. Some people say influencer. I don't like that one, but YouTuber, content creator, something like that.
I like that. Content creator. Yeah, that sound professional and powerful at the same time.
It does, you know.
Yeah.
And I know that sometimes your hobbies can become your occupation and everything, but Kevin is that's his occupation.
Right.
You know, he's a full-time YouTuber and everything, man. So that's a road right there, you know, and everything, to turn something that sometimes might start out as a hobby or whatever,
right,
and then to let it be your livelihood, man.
Yeah.
So I think that is great, man. So,
because they say it's not a job, man, if it's something you love doing.
Yeah,
you know
yeah. That's what I always say too. You know,
right.
I was asked a question the other day. What was the worst job I ever had? And I said I never had a bad job.
Really?
No, I never had a bad job.
Okay, because I got a few of them I can run down, but we ain't gonna get into all that right now.
Same here.
Yeah, I had quite a
because
few.
I guess I put myself into whatever I was doing, and everything.
Oh no, that's the right attitude there, man.
Yeah,
And I commend you for
that's a
that.
good attitude.
I mean, that's just the truth to the matter. But
Yeah.
chapter 3, hidden in the book, and we just want to get into it. So, T1J. I keep trying to not say Kevin, but it's T1J.
I mean, you can say Kevin too.
Okay,
I mean, whatever's
Kevin.
more comfortable.
You got nobody looking for you, do you?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't think so.
cool.
What? Tell us just a little bit about you. Where did you grow up?
Well, I guess the brief life story. I was actually born in Germany because my dad was in the army, and he was stationed there. And I lived in Maryland for a few years as a young child, and eventually moved to here in Birmingham, Alabama. And this is basically where I grew up, Birmingham, Alabama. So that's what I call home.
So you went to high school here?
I did. I went to Ramsey High School.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Rams.
The Ramsey Rams. Yeah,
Yep,
man.
indeed.
The Ramsey Rams,
Shout outs.
man. Yeah. So what type of student were you? What were you interested in, like in high school?
Well, I've always been the sort of artsy kind of kid. I was always in art class, so that's kind of what I was known for. And I've always liked being a creative type of person, and
right.
So I think that's kind of transitioned to why I kind of have a creative job now.
Oh, okay. All right. So, but that was important. Did you have people that kind of brought that out of you? That creativeness and everything, that artsy creativeness. Yeah,
definitely. I think it was the people around me, my parents and teachers and stuff, supported it, which maybe doesn't always happen for everybody, because art is not always considered, the best career path. So sometimes people are suspicious, but I was always supported. People, no one told me don't do this, go try to find a better thing to do. So yeah.
So when you said art was your passion, you were thinking like you wanted to just draw mainly, or were you saying like building, like sculptures or architect, or was it just like one focus?
Originally it was just drawing. That was my favorite thing, but I took art classes, and we tried everything. I tried sculpture, and when I got to college, I tried like digital art and photography. So I tried a lot of things. But actually in college, that's when I discovered creative writing. Right. Which is, not necessarily the same visual art, but it's still a creative type of thing.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And I think that transitioned into where I'm at now.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to creative writing. I took that as well.
I did too.
I love that class.
Yeah.
I love that class.
I actually love writing also.
Yeah. We done talked about, we done wrote books, but we
put
them out there.
Put them out there and everything.
But maybe one day. Yeah.
I think writing is the gateway to your mind.
Yeah.
Because you kind of putting down,
your thoughts and stuff,
and how you see things, and everything. So I think it's very important. That we. I think journaling is one of the most important things. Were you ever a journalist? I mean, journaling person that you wrote down things.
In some ways, I never like really did it consistently, but I've always liked to write things down. I mean, I guess you could call what I did over my life journaling, in different forms and fashions. Right. But yeah, but I didn't have like a specific journal that I wrote in consistently. But I'm always writing stuff, and I've always been like that.
Oh yeah. And if you like me, you got to remember stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So I just always write notes to myself, man. All the time.
Yeah.
And
everything.
Thank God for Alexa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That baby keep me in line.
Yeah. So you're a content creator, a YouTube influencer. You say you don't like that, and let's just tell us about your YouTube page and everything, and what is it all about?
Well, it started out as it started out just kind of another thing to try. Like I said, I tried a lot of different forms of creativity. Right. And I kind of hopped on the YouTube thing like in the beginning. I think YouTube came out in like 2005 or 2006, and I made my my channel in like 2007, 2008. So I was just trying a new thing. And eventually it just kind of evolved into me expressing my opinions on things, because I'm also kind of an opinionated person, and it was just a platform for that.
Right.
And just as the years went by, I realized that people were tuning in to hear my opinions. And I think it was 1 or 2 videos went kind of semi-viral, I guess, and that's kind of what got the ball rolling.
Right.
And my channel basically began as just me sharing my opinion on things like society and politics and culture and things like that, and that's kind of where I got my start on YouTube, and it kind of evolved from there.
Well, let me ask you this though: when you first started the page, and like you said, your plan or your idea to create that page was to give your thoughts and opinions on things. Did you think people would take that in a negative way, or maybe just not pay attention to you? Because I'm assuming at the time you weren't like a celebrity or anything, right?
Right.
So, because I always wonder, like, if just random people get their thoughts and opinions, now the way the world works, they like, okay, well, why should we listen to you? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, which I give you credit to for doing that, because a lot of people don't have the courage to do that.
Yeah, no, I think at the time I felt, since I didn't have that big of an audience, I probably felt more comfortable, because I was like, probably not that many people going to hear this anyway.
Right.
But I mean, nowadays I think about that a lot more. And I was telling him before we went live that I like I said, I used to do more stuff, and I kind of don't do it that much anymore, because it's just, I feel like it's a lot of responsibility to talk about these really important things, and I don't know if I'm the guy that needs to do that. So I talk about more lighter things now, but yeah, I it is something to think about, like, why should people listen to you,
Yeah.
But you say you had a couple of episodes and they went viral.
Yeah.
Do you remember what those episodes were about?
Yeah, I did. I think the first one that really got me going was the title of it was "You're Probably Not Really a Nice Guy," and it was the idea of like the nice guys finish last type of thing.
Story of my life.
And I think in some ways that's true, but I also think a lot of people who complain about that aren't as nice as they say they are. They kind of like have this entitlement when it comes to relationships and things, where it's like, just because I'm nice to a woman, that means I deserve sex or I deserve this. And I was kind of criticizing that, and that just resonated with a lot of people. Right. And that, that was the first one to really pick up.
And
that's good though.
And so you say 2007 was when you kind of like got started with,
that's when I made my channel. I think that video went viral, I think in 2009 or maybe 2010.
Okay. So you weren't doing anything crazy, like hanging upside down from a building and nothing, talking. You just basically just got on the platform, said your thoughts, and like you said, it just resonated with people.
Yeah, it was just me talking.
Wow.
Because I feel like sometimes, man, to make stuff go viral, people feel like they got to go outside their box or outside their comfort zone.
And it's a completely different landscape now than it was back then. Because it's way more saturated, so people try all kinds of crazy stuff to get attention. I maybe am a little bit lucky that I got started pretty early. Yeah.
You got ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
definitely.
If I remember right, you won. I guess it's the equivalent to a Grammy, a YouTube award.
I didn't win it. I wouldn't call it the equivalent of a Grammy, but
as far as YouTubers are concerned,
I basically, when you reach a certain milestone, you get an award, and I reached 100,000 subscribers. And so I have the little plaque that says, congratulations for reaching 100,000.
How many subscribers do you have now?
I've got about 350,000 now.
Oh my God, that is a lot, player.
That is a lot.
Man, congrats to you, bro.
Yeah. Congratulations, man. That right there, man. Yeah. As new content creators and only been doing this for a little while and everything, we applaud that.
Yeah, big time.
We applaud
I appreciate it.
That's because that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how hard that is.
It's hard.
I mean, especially like you said, because you don't have like, I guess, a celebrity background.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For the most part, not saying you don't have celebrity quality, but at the time, like I said, you just basically was just doing this to speak your mind, and then it's blown up to what it is now. So man, that say a lot about you, man, and the work you done put in, man. Because like I said, that's not easy.
No, that's not easy at all. You know?
Yeah.
I appreciate it, and it's definitely not easy. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and that's the part I think people don't realize.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll let you explain that though. But yeah, I think people don't realize the work that go behind that stuff, man.
Well, yeah, just lead into that, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, when people, you know, when I tell people, it's like, yeah, I do YouTube for a living or I do content for a living, I feel lucky that I get to do that, but at the same time, it didn't really feel like luck because it was a lot of work, and I've worked for like almost a decade to get where I'm at now. So,
right,
or I guess more than a decade, but and I mean, I think y'all probably know, but it's just making content is a lot of stuff. There's, you know, the planning, there's filming and producing and editing, and for me, you know, just the writing, and so yeah, it's a full-time job, sometimes more.
Right. So let me ask this. So just to give the people an idea of like what are one of your episodes or what are some of the content that you put out is about. I mean, just give us kind of like a rundown how you would do one episode. Let's just say a certain topic. I don't know what the last topic you did, but
lately I've been doing just more kind of like fun videos. I've been talking about just nostalgic TV shows and just doing commentary and retrospectives on that.
Right.
So basically the way that goes is, I guess the first phase is coming up with the idea. Right. And nowadays, you know, like I said, it's very competitive. So you have to really think of like what's going to be a good idea and what will people actually want to see. Right. So just even brainstorming ideas, I think, is a big part of the process. Right. And then when you settle on an idea, then for me, I have to research it, and that can take a long time in and of itself. And I've gotten to the point where I've even like hired other people to help me research because sometimes it's just a lot of stuff. Right. And then after research, and my videos are scripted, so I write the script, and that in itself can take a couple days. And then there's filming what you wrote. And I guess from there it's just editing, and editing is maybe the most tedious part of the process.
That's one thing I got to definitely work on, man. I hate editing, man. Yeah. But yeah, I feel you on that though.
And after you do that, you do the final checks and you upload it, and then you and with YouTube specifically, I don't know if a lot of people think about this, but in YouTube, the title and thumbnail is really important. So you have to think of a really good title and thumbnail to get people to click on your video. And I think a lot of people don't take that as seriously as they should, but it's like super important. And so yeah, you do that, and then you put it out in the world and go from there. But so yeah, it's a long process.
I was about to say, so it's basically like for each episode is a week process, basically for you, somewhere around a week.
Sometimes more than a week, yeah.
Oh wow! So how often do you drop episodes?
I was going to ask that question.
I used to do like one a month. I'm trying to do more than that because that's kind of a long wait between videos. So I'm trying to get to 2 a month.
Dang.
But I do pretty like in depth, like 20 to 30 minute videos that are fully scripted, fully edited. So even though it takes a while to come out, they're usually pretty high quality, I think.
No, definitely, because you're putting a lot of time into it. Yeah. You got a staff and everything, man.
So
I don't have a staff, but I get help when I need it.
I got you.
So in only putting out content maybe once or twice a month, do you feel like maybe you will lose some of your subscribers? And I guess the question I really want to ask you is, I should have asked first, was your motivation for this. What is your motivation for this? For being a content creator?
Well, it's kind of evolved over time, but now I just want to add like positive entertainment into the world. Basically, I just want to. I think there's a lot of negative stuff out there, and I probably even contributed to it in the past. But now I just, I want people to be able to click on my channel and know that they're gonna have a good time, they're gonna be entertained, and their day will not be made worse and hopefully be made better by watching my stuff.
kind of adding a little sunshine to somebody's day. Yeah,
exactly.
And everything. So you sit down and you go through the trials and tribulations of doing all of the stuff you just talked about, and you sat down and you wrote this book, A No-Nonsense Guide to Quick Growth for Small Creators, the 10,000 Subscribers Strategy by Kevin T1J Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
And in my reading of your book, I saw where you basically said that there are 4 pillars to building a good station. The 4 pillars: video, your ideas, packaging, and storytelling. Mm-hmm. Could you talk about those 4 pillars of before you get into that, coming to YouTube, was your priority ever to make money out of it?
Ever?
You can be honest. It's the real story, man. We ain't gonna judge. We ain't gonna judge over there.
Or should I say, was that the number one priority? Where was that in the priority list?
Well, there have been periods where I focused on money, and I think it was a mistake to do that. But I can't lie and say that I never did it. Now it's definitely not. I think about it, obviously. I mean, it's my job, but it's low on the priority list. Just making, because I believe that if you just make good content that people enjoy, then all that will come. So
right.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
because you're doing something you love, like you said, and your intentions are, like you said, to brighten people's day.
Yeah,
or put a certain type of vibe out there in the world. Yeah, it's going. The money will come if that's what it's supposed to be. But
right.
Yeah, it's all about the quality of the products you're putting out there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And I always say that your passion, will show you your purpose.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you work on your purpose,
Yeah.
And then it'll bring everything that you need to you, and everything.
That's why I'm not gonna give up my dream of being a stunt man.
Okay, don't give it up, man.
And a race car driver. First one in history to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, stay tuned.
All right.
He looking like, yo, man, this dude crazy.
I mean, that's
no, just
so tell us about those 4 pillars, and why do you feel that those 4 things are the foundation, or what the foundation, but the pillars that hold up what you're trying to do?
Yeah, so I think. I'm mainly a YouTuber, so the book is mostly focused around YouTube. But I think each thing can apply to other platforms in different ways. You just have to think about it in the right way. And there's just so many different aspects to content creation, and I wanted to try to just narrow down what I think are because the book is targeted towards either beginner creators or small creators that feel kind of lost. I think once you get a little bit into it, there's more complex things you can think about. But I wanted to try to think of just the most simple things that will have the greatest bang for your buck if you focus on it. Yeah. And so video production, I think is probably pretty obvious. You got to learn how to make good videos, and that's just through research and practice. You got to learn how to light your videos. You got to learn how the camera works, things like that. And, that I won't say it's easy, but that kind of stuff you can just research and learn. But I think, sometimes people don't know how to do it, or they just don't think about it enough. But especially nowadays, back when I started, a lot of people just kind of filmed with webcams in their bedrooms, and that was fine. But these days, if you want to be competitive, you got to have a good looking video. You have to have good audio, good lighting. Otherwise, people just probably won't take you as seriously, or you're perceived as an amateur.
Right.
You don't really want
he
that.
Talking about us, y'all.
No,
no, you don't get good, man.
This setup is good.
No, I appreciate it, man.
And then there's
what did you mean by packaging?
So it's like a marketing term, but it's specifically YouTube. With relation to YouTube, packaging is just the title and the thumbnail. It's how you market the video to people. and it works a little bit differently on different platforms. But on YouTube, the title of the video and the thumbnail of the video is very important, because the way YouTube promotes videos is, did they click on the video and did they watch the video? So if no one clicks on the video, then they won't watch it and you won't get any views. So the clicking comes first. So you have to get people to click by making an engaging title and thumbnail. And on other platforms that could work a little bit differently. It could be like the first frame of your short, or it could be like the first text that they see. It could be like the title on the post, but basically just the first thing that people see that gets them to stick around and consume the content. That's packaging.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, it got to be something, like you said, that interests them and make them want to click on that video, whether they follow you or not or whatever. Right? Yeah. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, to grab their attention. Okay, because we live in a world where everybody got short attention spans.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, you got to have something that's gonna catch them quick and hold their attention. Yeah, so it's kind of like talking to women.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, man.
I mean, it's like I said, it's a marketing term. It applies to anything. Like, you know, when you watch a commercial, they're doing the same thing. They're trying to capture your attention immediately.
Right.
So you'll continue and buy the product.
Go buy the product. Yeah. So
because me and Tally at first we're gonna like do the videos with our shirts off. And have real spear tattooed across our chest, and you know, people be like, man, these, you know what I'm saying, to get their attention. But yeah, we ain't got to that point yet. We still negotiating that one though.
Yeah, right? I think we are.
Okay, we'll talk about it later. My bad, man. Yeah. But I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying though, man.
But in those 4 pillars, so your 4 pillars was video production, the idea, packaging, and the storytelling. So you got to have something interesting to talk about.
Oh yeah,
and everything. So, and in your storytelling, how do you develop an idea? Is that just something that comes to you and you just start researching it and want to do something on that particular story line?
Well, with ideas, I think it's coming up with ideas is something you get better at over time. And I think I could still get better at it myself, but I think you just have to think about, like, is it a unique idea, or is it a new take on something, or is it something that is emotionally resonant? Like, you have to think about, is it something that will like draw strong emotions? Like, there's a lot of things to think about with ideas. And it's I think people should. I think a lot of people have a kind of a selfish, self-centered view of going about content creation. They just think they just make the stuff that they want to make. But you know, we make stuff for an audience, so you have to think about, what does the audience want to hear? What would they be interested in, or what do people like to consume or listen to or watch? And I think that's the main thing to think about.
Oh, my bad. I was going to piggyback what you just said, because you said something that strikes me and that resonates with me. You said that people have a self-centered point of view of when they do their content. But at the same time, I know we're trying to gain an audience, but it's like it's tricky though, because you got to stick to what you want to do and what you want to put out there, what you believe in. But at the same time, you got to find that sweet balance to make people want to buy into what you're selling, in a sense. I don't want to say it like that, but you know what I mean? Yeah. To the product you're putting out there. So my whole thing is though, how do you feel about people just sticking to their guns? If they saying like, yo, I just want to put this certain type of content out and I don't want to change that up because I feel like this is what I want to do. This is the message I want to put out there, versus trying to adjust and adapt to.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have to find a balance. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but you have to think about, what is your goal? Like, do you want to be an artist, or do you want to be an entertainer? Right. Or you want to be some mixture of both? Like, you know, there's some people who just, I think of them as artists. They just make something that means something to them. And if other people like it, that's fine. And if they don't, that's fine. But I wanted to do that. So that's what I do. Right. But me personally, I consider myself an entertainer. I'm trying to make stuff that people like. Okay. And if you want to get a lot of views or to make a lot of money, you got to make stuff that people like. That's just the way it is. I mean, right. it's I didn't make the rules.
No, I get what you're saying.
But there is a balance. Obviously, you don't want to make stuff that. I think a lot of people have tried making stuff that they don't personally relate to, or that they don't actually like, and you can have some success that way. But I think most people that try that will burn out eventually because it doesn't mean anything to them. It's not their passion. Right. So it is about finding a balance, and I don't necessarily have the answer to how you find that balance. I think that's every person's journey. Right. But I think if you're trying to grow, that's what you should focus on, is what is something that you would enjoy, that you would be passionate about, that also a large audience of people would like. Right. That's kind of the formula that we're trying to figure out.
So in your book, when you were talking about your pillars, your 4 ideas, and you says nothing else matters. So you said likes and dislikes doesn't matter. Comments don't matter. Shares don't matter. Channel art doesn't matter. Tags doesn't matter. SEOs doesn't matter. Analyticals don't matter, except for the views. What does matter?
Making good content. I will say that is a very YouTube-centric idea. I will say on platforms like Facebook and Instagram, I do think things like shares matter a little bit more on those platforms, because that's one of the main sort of metrics that they use. Right. But on YouTube, they care much more about people sticking around and sitting down and watching a whole video rather than whether they liked it or commented on it. But in general, what matters is just making good content that people actually enjoy. And I think the reason I put that in the book is because people sometimes focus on the numbers, and they try to what can I do to get more thumbs ups or more shares, right. Rather than what can I do to make my videos better so people will like them more, and I just think you got to reframe the way you think about it.
I'm gonna ask you a question. I know it's in the book, but you mentioned thumbnails. Can you explain what that is to people who may not be familiar with what that is on YouTube? Yeah.
So when you go on the YouTube homepage, they show you all the videos. There's the title, and then there's the picture that each person, you can create your own custom picture, and so that's basically what people use to decide whether they're gonna watch a video. Oh, it's I like this picture, looks interesting, this title looks interesting, I'm gonna click on that. So yeah, titles and thumbnails are just all the little pictures that you see when you go to the YouTube homepage or whatever.
Because a lot of times when you do the YouTube videos, it'll create its own picture for you, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can let YouTube create one for you. You shouldn't do that if you want to try to get views. You should definitely make your own and try to make it as enticing as possible.
And that's when the editing comes in and all that stuff.
Yeah, and that's another skill I talk about in the book. You might have to learn Photoshop or some kind of program like that to try to make good looking and enticing thumbnails. But yeah, it's another thing to learn. Content creation is kind of you got to have some proficiency in a lot of different things. Yeah. Like marketing and design and video production and stuff like that. So yeah,
that's where that hard work comes in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So as we know, there's a lot of content creators out there now. And everything. But your book is basically trying to show you the little things that you need to do to grow. And your strategy. Why did you say 10,000 subscribers? And I know that I see what you said in the book, but for the audience and everything. So I'm assuming this book is written for newcomers, and but the arbitrary number 10,000 was what made that important.
That was a big word too, Tim.
Oh,
arbitrary. It made me dizzy about.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Well, it could have been 1,000. It could have been 5,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the 10 is significant though.
Yeah. What was the importance of the 10?
It is a little bit arbitrary, but I think 10,000 is a good benchmark to show that someone kind of knows what they're doing and they're kind of succeeding at what they're doing.
Right.
Like it's hard to get 10,000 subscribers if you're bad at content creation. So I think it's like if you reach 10,000 subscribers, that means something is going right. And so I think that I just chose that because I think that would be a good benchmark for people who read the book to kind of aim for, to see like, is this actually working? But in reality, like the subscriber number, at least on YouTube and probably on other platforms too, but the subscriber number it really doesn't matter that much. Like there are people with under 10,000 subscribers that have found a way to make a living through other means. There are people with millions of subscribers that don't get many views on their videos. So it just, I think really the metric that really matters is views, but the subscriber number is like kind of the big number that's up in front. So I think a lot of people pay attention to that. So I wanted to give like a good benchmark for people to aim for.
Yeah, because it looks impressive. You go to somebody's page and they got 10K followers or 100K followers. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get what you're saying. That'll mean like, well, if all these people following this page, let me see what they got
what's going on.
Right.
So,
and that's another thing. I say that it kind of doesn't matter that much, but it matters in the sense that when people see it, it kind of adds value in their minds to you. So it can be important in that way.
No, I agree with it. Yeah, with it. Because I think we got 10. Just 10. No, just kidding. But we're gonna put that K behind it though. We're gonna get that K behind it.
Yeah, that's what we're working for.
Yeah, we got a 10P right now.
Yeah.
10 people.
What's the motivation?
Go ahead.
What's the motivation starting out, I mean, you go to your friends and your family and all of these people that know you, your circle, and and you say, well, watch my channel, I create this channel, but what's the motivation to take you beyond that? Beyond the people that they're gonna like you no matter what, you know what I'm saying? They close to you, so they want to support you. But what is it that pushes you to that next level?
Are you saying why would I want to do that, or how do you get to that level?
How do you get to that level?
Well, the way that these platforms work is they're looking for content that they can promote to other people. So, I mean, the way it works, like all these platforms, they make their money through ads for the most part. And so what they want people to do is to stay on their website as long as possible. And the way they get people to do that is by sharing engaging content that people create. So the way that you get beyond that is to figure out a way to get these platforms to promote your content. And my argument is you do that by just making really good content that people like and want to share with others and will watch. So I think in the past you could get a lot of leverage through, or a lot of traction through word of mouth and people sharing things around. But I think nowadays it's just all about these platforms picking up your content and recommending it to people. Like when you go on your homepage, you see all this stuff. Yeah, that's the platform noticing that, oh, this piece of content has been watched a bunch of times or shared a bunch of times. Let's show it to more people. And you just got to try to find a way to get in that algorithm. I don't like talking about the algorithm too much because then people start focusing on the non-human aspect of it. But I think the human at the end of the day, it's human beings watching
your content.
So you got to appeal to those people.
So, well, let me ask you a quick question about that, because you said that the whole point is putting out good content so that platform, in this case YouTube, will promote your content.
Yes.
So how does that work when you do put out that good content and you catch YouTube's interest? Is that through the views or the subscribers or both? Or do they just say, yeah, we just like what you put out regardless of your subscribers and views, and just we gonna get behind you?
Well, on YouTube specifically, I think the two main things is, did people click on it? And that goes back to the title and thumbnail.
Right.
And did people watch it? And by watch, did they like actually sit and watch the video? Did they watch like 50% of it or 80% of it or even 100% of it? So like, for example, if people click on something and then they see, oh, actually I don't like this, and they immediately leave, that video is probably not going to get promoted. And that's usually that happens with clickbait. And that's why some people use clickbait, and clickbait is just kind of like when you lie about what's in the video, basically. Right. I've seen that work, but generally these days people are more savvy about it, and they're like, oh, this was clickbait, I'm not gonna watch this video.
Right.
So it's like clicking and watching on YouTube. If you have subscribers, they do come into play, because the way that I understand it is YouTube uses your subscribers as like the test audience, the first test audience. So it shows the video to your subscribers, to a portion of your subscribers, and if they like it, then it will show it to more people. Okay. But since this video is kind of targeted to people with not that many subscribers, that doesn't really apply as much to them. So you just got to try to get in there and appeal to just the masses, off the top.
And then YouTube will be like, hey, we see what you're doing over here.
Right. Yeah. And just show it to
come join
people.
The dark side. Like, start with no. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, okay.
So you're a YouTuber. Are you a gamer also?
A little bit. Not a super big gamer. I play a few things, but I'm not like a hardcore gamer.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, Twitch or nothing like that. Nah. It's just for personal fun.
Yeah, I've dabbled in like streaming games on Twitch and other stuff, but it's never been my thing, really.
Right.
You watching the Real Spill podcast, man? We got T1J.
Yeah.
Kevin Peterson.
Right.
A professional YouTuber.
Yeah.
Who has written a book.
Professional content creator.
A professional content creator.
You gotta make it sexy, man.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The marketing, Yeah.
See that
storytelling, we learning, ain't we? Yeah.
I just look like this.
Yeah.
Don't let this fool you. It's a lot
he
going
has written
on.
the book, and we doing our series. It's hidden in the book. And this is chapter 3 of that series, Hidden in the Book. And Mr. Peterson has written a book of a no-nonsense guide to quick growth for small creators. The 10,000 subscribers strategy.
I like it.
Oh, I said that right then.
Yeah, you said it good, man.
Maybe I should have rethought the title. I didn't know it was so much of a tongue twister.
Yeah. Is your book for sale? That's a dumb question, but but how can if somebody wanted to get your book, what would they need to do?
It is for sale. You can get it on my website. Just go to t1j.me, and you'll see a link. It'll be right there on the front page. Also, you can just search the title on Amazon. It's on Amazon.
Okay.
All right.
10,000 subscriber strategy.
Yeah. And so how was Amazon, because the lady that wrote the book on Happiness After Sorrow, she did a whole book through Amazon. The editing, was that you, or you did your own editing, or had an editor and everything for your book?
I worked with some freelance editors, but I did self-publish it through Amazon.
Oh, okay.
So they have a really cool publishing platform you can use.
So Amazon is a good platform as far as getting your content out there, or getting your books.
For books, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Do you have you gotten into merchandising?
Not really. I have like some T-shirts that fans can buy, but that's about it. It's not a big part of my operation at the moment. Maybe in the future I'll get more into it.
So your main revenue comes from your content.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a few different like individual sources, but it's all based around the content.
Based around the content.
Yeah.
Okay. So the content is the base of everything, and everything else is just a sub that comes in to help the content and everything with marketing and with merchandising and all of those things.
Yep. That's
so your main objective is putting out great content.
Yep, that's it. I mean, in the future, I may do other things. I kind of have an aspiration of starting my own production company one day. But that's probably a few years down the line. So, but right now, yeah, it's all about the content.
Well, let me ask you this. You might have mentioned it, but how did YouTube reach out to you? How does that process work when they notice you and they want to get behind you? How does that work?
It's just you just get views. I mean, there's no like formal process. You just see that your video is starting to get more views than normal, or once you sort of get used to making content that you're pretty sure is going to do well, you just make sure that it's getting the number of views that you think it should get. And then every now and then you have a really good idea and it pops off and you get way more views. It's all about the views, really. So
they don't like send you an email and say, hey, we want, because I'm saying, like the advertising part, because that's a part of it too, right? Won't YouTube try to, I don't know how it works, but I'm saying, do they suggest like, hey, we want to advertise this on your page, this, that, and the other, or do people that actually have that product just reach out to you? Yeah, so YouTube itself doesn't do that, but other brands and other companies will reach out to you. So that's part of one of the income source or revenue sources is they're called brand deals or sponsorships, where you can promote a product in your video and they pay you for that, and yeah, that's part of it. You do have to be when you reach a certain level, you get like my inbox is full like every day of people trying to like get me to sell stuff or to promote their stuff. So you have to really learn how to choose which one, or like work with a company that helps you vet these companies. But yeah, that will happen.
So you do have advertisers?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like you said, you kind of use a middle person, a mediator, to look at that, who's trying to be a part of your page or whatever for advertising purposes, and you kind of just let them decide, or have you actually just gone through there and just said, okay, I like them, I'll deal with them or whatever?
Yeah, when I was, a few years ago, I had to do it all myself, and you do have to use discretion, because sometimes they're like scams or like people are trying to rip people off. Yeah. But now I actually work with a company called Nebula that helps me vet the brands, and make sure that I'm not working with any crooks or anything. Right.
Okay.
I don't know if you can or not, but can you name some of the products that you've advertised for?
Yeah, I've worked with a lot of the ones that a lot of other people have, like Skillshare it's a company or it's like a online platform where you can go and learn different skills. I've worked with Curiosity Stream, which is a streaming platform that has documentaries on it. In the past, I've worked with Dollar Shave Club, MeUndies. So yeah, I've worked with a few different ones.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What about chitlins on the go? Would that be something that you would be interested in? I got a homeboy that got a food truck. Man, we'll talk about that after the show, man.
Hey, I mean.
But yeah, I'll get with you on that though, man. Food advertising. I'm trying to say, you ever done any food? No food?
I don't think I've done any food.
See, that this can be groundbreaking for you, man.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that. Okay, go ahead, man.
So, Real Spill Podcast.
Yeah.
We're sitting here talking with Mr. Kevin T1J Peterson, talking about his book, How to Gain 10,000, a strategy for getting 10,000 subscribers. And I think I heard you earlier said that on YouTube you're around 300,000 subscribers.
350K.
Yeah,
350. Okay, 1,000 subscribers. Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
What's your goal with that?
With the subscribers or just with YouTube?
What's your goal? And you say you've been a content creator. What was it? 2007.
That's when I made my channel.
Okay.
Maybe 2008 is when I made the channel. I think I probably got serious about being a content creator in 2010.
And 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's basically 14 years now.
Yeah.
That's big. So, what's your next level? What's your next step?
I don't know specifically. Like I said, I do have aspirations of one day perhaps starting a production company. But right now, I'm just trying to continue build the channel. Like I have 350,000. But there's still so much to go. There's people with tens of millions of subscribers. So, I would love to reach that someday. But, I have to figure out how to expand my reach and make even more accessible content. So that's what I'm working on now, is just trying to figure out how to break through to the next level and get that extra digit, I guess.
I noticed you earlier. You said that you normally put out 1 or 2 shows in a month's time, and everything. And originally, this episode was going to talk about quality over quantity and everything.
Yeah, but that was it's all good.
I'm just tagging it.
Yeah,
to
I like
use
that, because they probably wondering like, y'all ain't got on that yet.
Yeah,
but that was the episode.
So, yeah.
But we'll get to that later though.
Right.
Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah.
But in quality over quantity and everything, and you basically showing that. Do you feel that just putting out 2 episodes a month, or have you ever had the desire to put out more?
I mean, that's one thing I'm working on. I do want to put out more, but if it sacrifices quality, and I'm not going to do it. It needs to have the same level of quality, and that's one of the things I'm working on now, is trying to figure out how to put out more that is the same quality.
So quality is very important with you.
Absolutely. I think quality over quantity all day. I think the only time I would say quantity over quality is if you're just getting started and you are just learning how everything works and how to do it. Then I think you just need to get the reps in and just get comfortable doing it and figuring, making videos or whatever kind of content you make. Right. But once you feel comfortable with that, then I think you should take the time that it takes to make a quality product, a quality piece of content.
Okay. I mean, I agree with you, quality over quantity. But it is interesting that, because like you said, quantity is a factor in this business, especially with platforms. So,
right.
Yeah, but like you said, though, I feel like you said you'll get the quantity if you put out the quality first, though. Yeah. Instead of going the other way around,
right.
Reverse. Yeah.
You should figure out the quality. And then if you figure out the quality part, then you should
get the quantity.
Get the quantity. Yeah.
Right.
So you have to do first things first.
Yeah. Right.
And everything. Well, man, anything else you want to tell us about? Cole might have another question or whatever, but
I ain't want to hold you up. I mean, because we still doing in the cup, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do in the cup, man. I figure we got about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I figured we go till 6:30. What time we started? Was it about 5:30?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got 12 minutes.
We got 12 minutes. So
yeah.
Anything else? What would you like to tell?
Well, I do got a question, but you go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. No, what's your question?
No, I was gonna say, let's say, basically for us, and I'm definitely gonna study the book, but I was gonna say, like, if someone came to you and would say, okay, well, like, editing wise or production wise, do you know people that specifically would work with beginners, or do you feel like the people who are beginning to step out into their platforms and doing their own thing, should they just do it themselves, the editing and stuff, or would you say, hey, maybe you should get somebody to edit this, kind of get them to put your dream out there and with your visuals out there, what you're trying to get to, versus you doing it yourself? Or how you feel about it?
I think if you have the resources or the connections to get help, then definitely get help.
Okay.
And especially with editing. I mean, I think editing is especially with YouTube, is probably the first thing most people should outsource, just because it takes so much time.
Yeah.
Unless you specifically love editing, which I guess some people do, but
right.
I mean, I think you should use whatever resources you have to make the best product. And if getting help, getting other people to do that, makes it easier and quicker to make quality content, then do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let me ask you this too, though, and we might be shooting ourselves in the foot on this one. Yeah, by asking this, how do you feel about people going live? Because we go live.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and the reason we wanted to go live, because, it's the real spiel, so we tried to go with that angle, so that way, whatever you hear coming out our mouths is
we can't
really
edit it.
Right. We kind of wanted to keep it raw, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about the whole live thing, people who do go live with their platforms or their content? Is it dangerous, or is it good, bad, or what you think?
I don't think it's bad. I mean, it's a different thing, but I don't see anything wrong with it, and I think there is some value to that sort of raw thing. I think that is something that is appealing. I don't have as much experience with the live. I kind of do a live stream, but it's not my main focus.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
I mean, I appreciate you not embarrassing me. I was nervous, Ted. I thought he was going to say, like, shut it down. Y'all need to shut it down right now.
Actually, one of the things I wanted to ask him was, could he just watch this episode? And
I hope so, since he's on there.
Yeah.
I'll watch it back.
Yeah, but don't worry, man. We ain't sensitive, man.
No, we're not.
We've been talked about all our lives, so we're used to it.
So we used
to it. Yeah. But no, we simps, man. We'll take that hit and keep ticking.
Yeah, we'll learn from it.
Yeah, that's what we all about.
Yeah, we never lose, man.
Yeah.
We either win or we learn.
Even in defeat, we never lose.
We never lose. We either win or we learn. Yeah, it's always something to learn.
It hurts sometimes, though. But I just cry in the shower. Yeah.
What were you about to say?
No, I was just gonna say that's the right mindset, especially for content creation, because you're not always gonna get it right, and
right.
But you need to. I mean, at this point, I won't say I look forward to failure, but I always see it as a opportunity to learn something, and I almost am like waiting for it. It's like, okay, what am I gonna learn next time? So I think that's the way to look at it.
I like
that's good. That's a good a strategy to have, in life itself.
Yeah, because you just don't want to get comfortable, even if it is successful.
Because
you can become complacent,
right?
Bland, So exactly. I like that. You always keeping your mind open and sharp.
Always,
for new ideas and new ways,
and new ideas and everything
to approach it.
And and that's why you have to have a passion for what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like me being a stuntman and a race car driver.
Oh, a race car driver. Yeah.
Shout out to the fall guy. All right. You ready, man, for the
on the back cover and of your book? It says success on YouTube or any platform is 5% luck, and the other 95% is knowledge and execution. Could you just talk on that just for a brief period of time? And I guess it's almost self-explanatory. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna have to put some work into it,
Yeah, and I think it gets a little harder as time goes on because there's more competition. It gets more saturated. But I think I put that because a lot of people, they kind of, I don't know if it's entitlement or they feel like someone's got it out for them. But people put out content, it doesn't get views, and they're like, I guess it's just bad luck, or the algorithm doesn't like me, or things like that. But I don't agree with that. I think if you made something that people wanted to watch, then people would watch it. I don't know.
No, I guess.
So you just it's just about learning to make what people want to watch, and sometimes what people want to watch is not what you want to watch, or it's not what you think people want to watch. And that's why I talked about the self-centered thing. It's you have to follow the audience and think about that aspect of it.
I like that point, because a lot of times we've become opinionated because we're putting it out there, but you're not putting it out there for yourself. You're putting it out there to gain an audience, and so you have to think about that when you even in answering questions or whatever. It can't always be about you.
Right.
Yeah, and everything.
Yeah. I mean, you can get to that point where it does become about you, but no one starts there. Because
you're trying to gain viewership. You're trying to gain an audience.
Right, but at the same time, you don't want to lose yourself.
Right, you don't want to compromise who you are.
Right.
Because, and I guess on shows like this, The Real Spill, it is, we're sitting, in what we call our studio, and everything. But sometimes people become characters. And then they got to play this character, and so that character is what's getting views and everything. But our philosophy is just to be real, something that's sit down and just real, and everything, even in the conversation and everything. But man, we want to thank Mr. Kevin T1J. I keep wanting to say TJ1, but T1J, content creator.
Yeah.
Influencer. I'm gonna use the word influencer, man.
Well, yeah, but just start off with content creator first.
Yeah, but content creator, man. Yeah. But you got 3,000 people. And is this your first book?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Do you have plans for any other?
I do have plans. Because like I said, this is for kind of like the beginner. So right. I think probably next I'll do like the next level, like maybe the 100,000 subscriber strategy.
All right.
Which maybe I have to change because it's a tongue twister, but we'll see.
No. If it's selling, man, stick with it. Yeah, stick with it.
I got a little of a list,
yeah, we got speech impediments.
But again, I have to think about the audience.
So. Yeah, exactly. You know, but we just want to thank Mr. Peterson, Kevin, T1J for coming on. Check out his channel.
I appreciate it.
Give us all your information, man.
Just youtube.com/@T1J or just type T1J in Google. It'll come up.
And it's going to pop up, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That means you're getting, pretty popular, man. You can just type in T1J and bam, it pops up in there.
Yeah, because I think if you Google us, man, like a restaurant come up in Louisiana or something. I don't know. But we'll take it, though. All right, but yeah, you ready for the In the Cup, man?
Yeah, man. So at the end of our episode, we like to do this thing, what we call In the Cup. So we pick the cup up, the spilled cup, but now we pick it up. And it's just some rapid fire things of what you like to do or common things that go on and things like that. What's in the news right now? What's your opinion? And
just trivial questions.
Trivial.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what it is. And we're going to let Cole start it off.
All right, here we go, player. Here we go.
All right.
Funniest comedian currently alive. Who's your funniest comedian currently alive right now?
Funniest comedian? I don't know.
Take your time. I ain't stumped you, did I?
I guess I don't keep up with a lot of comedy.
Oh, dang, my bad. But who your favorite comedian, period? Who always, you got one?
I like Chris Rock. I like
Chris Rock.
I've been watching this dude. I think his name's Josh Johnson. I've been watching him a lot. His like feeds come up. He's like this young guy.
Yeah.
So I'll just say him. He's funny.
All right, we'll go with that. Who you got currently alive? Not all time, currently alive.
Just currently alive. Somebody that I would, not only pay to go see, but just their whole demeanor makes me laugh. Just how they look and everything. It's Lavelle Crawford, man.
I like Lavelle.
I'm just a big Lavelle Crawford fan. Yeah,
I like Lavelle, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot to choose from, but I'm gonna go with Deion Cole right now, man.
Deion Cole.
Yeah, I like him, man. Yeah.
He more realistic comedy, I guess.
Yeah, he don't do nothing over the top.
Yeah.
He keep it real simple, straightforward.
Real simple, yeah.
I like that, man. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Deion Cole. Him and Marlon Wayans right now.
Okay.
I think they tearing it up right now.
All right,
go ahead, Flavor.
Your favorite rap artist?
Of all time?
Let's just say currently. Because I know he probably got all time on his list.
No, I ain't got that question.
I'll say Kendrick Lamar currently.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. I like Kendrick, man.
What about all time?
All time is Andre 3000 from Outkast.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you slide though, but I do like Andre. he in my top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Currently right now, I hate to go with the Kendrick thing, but he is nasty. I'm gonna have to ride with Kendrick too, man. Right now, currently alive. I know that's an easy pick. That's low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all time though, you already know who it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
My boy Tupac Shakur.
Shakur.
Yeah, Tupacalypse, baby.
All time.
Okay, but yeah. Oh, it's my turn. Then.
Yeah.
All right, okay, here we go. If you could draft an NBA player, so let's kind of say this is a fantasy draft, but who would you draft first? If it came down between LeBron or Stephen Curry, who would you rather have on your team first?
LeBron.
I like that. That's my man right there.
Well, I mean, I like Steph, but
yeah, I like Steph too.
LeBron is
he made the list, but
player.
I got to go with LeBron.
The game has changed,
Right.
And, the game has gone from in the paint to the 3-point line. So, so for that reason, I'm gonna say Steph Curry.
He gonna be a liability on defense and rebounder.
I gotta build around him. But you asked me who was I take,
Yeah,
and don't get me wrong. LeBron is
He a one-stop shop, bro.
Yeah, he a bull.
He a one-stop shop.
He a bull, but for longevity period, and everything. I know LeBron been there forever.
I'm about to say
he been there since he was 17. You backing up our argument, man. Yeah, he been there since he was 17. But still, I gotta take Steph, man.
No, I like Steph, man.
Yeah, best pure shooter.
Yeah, that, man.
What's your favorite food?
Probably. It's gonna sound stupid, but chicken fingers.
No, ain't nothing wrong with
I love chicken fingers.
You can never chicken period, man. You can never
go wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I eat that every day if I had to. Okay. Now this might be a little outdated for you because I didn't know you was coming today.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, I was gonna say pick a concert if you could go to one, Michael Jackson or Prince, but I don't know if you're a big fan of either one of them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. But, well then, all right, we go with it. Who would you pick?
Definitely Michael Jackson. Between I love both of them, but
yeah,
Michael Jackson is like the GOAT.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you.
I saw both of them live.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, and I saw both of them too.
Yeah, and man, popularity wise, Mike, but man, Prince put
on the show now.
He puts on a fabulous.
But Mike
show,
gonna fall
man.
through the ceiling.
Yeah,
he gonna have animals running on the stage, explosions, man,
and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, he gonna blow up and then pop up over here somewhere. Yeah, moonwalk in the air. Yeah. Mike put on
Bubbles
the show.
Gonna come on stage.
Yeah. You never know with Mike, man.
Yeah,
Randy and them might pop out the floor. Yeah, the brothers.
Everything, man. But
yeah. I'm with you on that. I'm gonna go MJ
put on
too.
In that a small club, who would you like to see? Not to give them a plug like Tiny Desk. Who would you like to see in a small environment, small intimate environment? An artist that you would like to see, and they can cover anything because they do rap, they do everything on Tiny Desk.
Yeah.
Webby. You thinking Webby?
Webby.
Boosie.
I guess there's a lot. There's a lot you could say.
They could be dead or alive, player. Dead or alive.
Yeah.
I have the Roots did one. I would like to see the Roots. That'd be cool.
Roots good.
I don't think they've done one, but they good though. Yeah.
I think they have been on Tiny Desk.
Oh, they have?
I think so. I know. I want to say Questlove has been on there for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know the whole group, but for some reason I want to say they had. I don't know. I might be wrong.
Yeah. I mean, just an intimate thing. I would, Marvin Gaye.
Yeah. That's a good one right there too.
Yeah.
Gotta have a girl though. I can't be by myself listening to Marvin. But yeah, if a woman with me, definitely Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, but Marvin's, he just seems like he gets real personal and, kind of set the mood and everything, and
Right.
Yeah, and even in his music, and everything.
Right. Now I'm with you on that. Man, it just got to be a solo artist or a group?
No, it could be a group or solo artist.
I would have said R. Kelly before he got arrested. But I'm going to go New Edition, man.
New Edition?
Yeah, man. I think that'd be like, in they prime too, that'd be a show of all shows right there. Because, I believe they the greatest R&B group of all time.
Okay.
We'll argue that later, though. yeah, all time.
I mean, above the Jackson 5?
Yes. New Edition. See, now you're going to make me do it. We ain't got this kind of time. And New Edition is the only R&B group, and think about it, where everyone went and did a solo project and was successful. Bill DeVoe branched off, and they did platinum.
Okay, you saying, okay.
Ralph they were the only true group where everybody, to me, was talented, and it wasn't like Jodeci, where it was just Casey and JoJo, really. I know Devontae produced the tracks.
Right.
But, like, they couldn't sing, So, the Isley Brothers, I mean, come on, man. It really was just run. Yeah. At the end of the day, et cetera. The Jackson 5, come on, man. It was just Mike, man. Yeah, Tito might get on there and say, you do it. But that's it, man. No,
rest
Mike,
in peace to Tito Jackson, man.
Yeah, but New Edition, you knew all of them individually. Like, they had their own solo success, man.
They had their own solo success.
The Temptations didn't even do that, man. Now, the original ones did branch off. Eddie did his thing. Yeah. Of course, David Ruffin did his thing.
David did his thing.
But that's it, though.
Yeah.
Like, Paul didn't never had no solo album. Otis ain't never come out no solo album. Nobody care about Otis. See what I'm saying? So my whole point is, no R&B group has topped Johnny Gill, Bobby Brown, Ralph Tresman, Bill DeVoe. Come on, man. Individually, they were monsters, and then when they came together.
So, who was your favorite artist in New Edition.
And New Edition. Oh, it's always gonna be Ralph, man.
Oh, okay.
Ralph, my boy, man.
Right.
Shout out to Raz.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ralph Tresvant, man. Ralph Tresvant.
Oh,
Then,
man.
you know, of course, about y'all know we run over them her right
Yeah.
there. Oh yeah, favorite Debbie snack, man. Raisin cake or oatmeal cream? You probably don't like neither one. Do you?
Oatmeal cream pies all the way.
All right. Go ahead, play.
Well, my question was going to be favorite snack.
Favorite snack? I like Funyuns and Cheez-Its. Something like that. One of those probably.
That's good. All right.
I
My
like
last
that.
question is funniest Wayne's brothers.
Funniest?
Wayne's brother out of all of them.
I think the funniest is probably Damon.
Yeah.
My man.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah, I
that
gotta
too.
agree with that, Damon.
I
Man.
think Damon is the funniest. You know.
But I've come to think that Marlon might have been the most talented because he's done dramatic stuff and all kinds of other stuff.
Keenan was the one I said would be the
I was
most
gonna
talented
say
at first.
Keenan was the
yeah.
most talented.
But now because he's taking a back seat, yeah, I'm gonna give it to Marlon. But yeah, Keenan was that first one that could do action, comedy.
Yeah.
Right.
I never seen him do a drama, but Marlon has done all that.
Yeah.
He has done
Yeah.
drama. Have y'all heard of the movie Requiem for a Dream? It's kind of this like indie movie. He's in it. It's like a really dramatic movie. It was very surprising to see him in it. He's like really good in it.
Yeah, I mean, like even on Bel Air. I don't know if y'all watched Bel Air, the remake of the Fresh Prince.
I didn't
And
see
he
it.
plays Will's father, Lou.
Oh, okay.
And he killing it in that, man. Like he is nothing like the Marlon Wayans you used to. So just even though it was I don't want to say a small role, but just seeing him on that playing that character, yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, Marlon probably right now I say is the most talented. But yeah, Damon.
In terms of just who makes me laugh, is Damon for sure.
Yeah, Damon is hilarious. Man.
Yeah.
Since we on TV, my last question.
Yeah.
There are basically 3 episodes of Law and Order.
No.
As the original?
You done knocked me out.
As Law and Order SUV and Criminal Intent. If you like Law and Order, what's your favorite?
Now both of us out there. You looking like me, man.
No, I haven't seen that much of Criminal Intent, but I like the original.
Okay.
I think the SVU just gets a little intense for me because it's all the sexual stuff. It's like I don't know if I want to watch that, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if I can addendum it, add to it, the Chicago's Med, Fire, and Police.
Now I'm going with Chicago PD on that one. Because that's the only one I ever watched.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I only watched PD as well.
Oh man.
But Law and Order I would go SVU though because Ice-T on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Ice-T, so yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Well, man, you've been watching
Sure.
the Real Spill podcast.
Yes, sir.
Episode 56, Hidden in the Book, Chapter 3.
Yeah.
And we've been here with Mr. Kevin Peterson, T1J, and he has written the book, The 10,000 Subscriber Strategy.
Yeah.
So go on Amazon, Google T1J, check out his episodes and everything. Go on Amazon, get his book. If you're a content creator or you just want to learn about it,
Yeah.
go support him and everything. Local artists, Ramsey High School.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What, University of Alabama?
I went to University of Alabama. I didn't graduate, but I went there for a few years.
We'll give you credit for that.
Yeah,
You made it through there. You got in there.
You know what a capstone is.
That's all I got to say.
That's all that matters, man. But you've been watching. I've been Tally Man.
Oh, yeah, and I'm your favorite Rand, Cold Steel.
And T1J. But you've been watching the
Real
Real
Spill
Spill podcast.
Yep.
Thank y'all. Check us out next week.
All right, go Niners.
All right. Falcons won.
Amen. All right.
Man, we appreciate you. Great job,
Appreciate
man.
it. Thanks.